How y'all doing?
What's up, guys?
I'm Jermaine.
And I'm JP, for those of you that are new here.
Today, we're going to be talking about our go-to headshot lighting setups.
Headshot photography is not as easy as some may think, and a lot goes into a great headshot. Pose, expression, background, and today's focus, lighting. And while there's a long list of types of lighting when it comes to portraits, we specialize in professional headshots, and we've narrowed it down to our favorite 3 types of lighting.
Our lighting styles and preferences have certainly evolved throughout the years, and I see them continuing to evolve. But at this moment, these are our favorites. So for our specific type of work, which is mostly commercial headshots for actors and professionals, these lighting setups cover 90% of our needs. Now, we're lucky enough to have a recent client, Paloma, allow us to film her headshot session to help us demonstrate this for you.
Now, before we get into it, let's cover some basics. In photography, there are 3 types of lights. You have your key light, your fill, and your backlight.
The key light is the brightest light and has the most influence on the subject and the image. The fill light is used to fill the shadows cast by the key light. The backlight or hair light is the light placed behind the subject, opposite of the key light, and creates an outline around the subject.
And understanding how these fundamentals work will allow you to create different lighting setups and different moods for different purposes. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. The first type of lighting we're going to talk about today is Rembrandt. That name comes from the Dutch painter Rembrandt.
He's not French?
No, man, he's Dutch. He was famous for using this look on his paintings, and Rembrandt lighting is easily identifiable by the trademark triangle highlight that's cast on the person's upper cheek.
Now, to set up Rembrandt lighting, you want to position your key light to the side of the subject at a 45-degree angle and raised slightly above their eye level. Take a look at this first photograph of Paloma. It's very moody and dramatic, and while it works great for some artistic choices, we hardly use this without a fill for our type of work.
Now you'll see I'm going to add a V-flat to use as our fill light. This will help lift the shadows on the right side of her cheek and create a more evenly lit image. Now, we're not trying to remove all shadows here. We still want that depth that the Rembrandt creates, but we just want to lessen the contrast a little bit.
Now, check out the last light added to the headshot, the hair light as it's commonly known. It's usually positioned opposite of the key light, and take a look as we add the backlight and how it helps create separation between the background and Paloma. It gives the image a nice pop by lighting the hair and the shoulder.
Yeah, that looks nice. Now, Rembrandt is great for creating that mysterious look, but it might not be the best lighting for minimizing skin texture. It's best used for models, especially men with great skin and facial structures. All right, let's move on to our next setup, loop lighting. Loop lighting is a close relative to Rembrandt, and it's called loop because of the loop-shaped shadow that it casts under the nose.
Now, to achieve the loop lighting, you'll want to position your key light almost in front of your subject, which allows the light to wrap around more and cast less shadows. This style of lighting is a great setup for groups as it's the closest you can get to a one-size-fits-all style with some minor tweaks.
With most of our lighting setups, we don't usually just use the key light by itself. So again, we're gonna add a fill. I'm using the V-flat here to add fill on the right side of Paloma's face and fill in those shadows that's cast by the key light. Looking at this image, you'll see that the bounce light helps even out the lighting and creates a more commercial look.
And again, the final touch, the backlight. In this case, the backlight is very similar to that of the Rembrandt, but overall, the image isn't as dramatic as the Rembrandt lighting. This is a great place to start if you aren't sure which lighting technique might be the best for your subject.
Okay, let's talk about our third and last setup, which is probably our favorite one, butterfly lighting. In this case, butterfly clamshell. This is the classic Hollywood glamour look, and it's also known as Paramount lighting.
Yeah, I definitely love butterfly lighting the best. Now, the butterfly lighting setup moves the key light directly above the subject at slightly downward angle, creating that shadow underneath the nose that looks a little bit like a butterfly.
As you probably already guessed, we're now going to add a fill light to this. For this setup, we like to use a reflector called the eyelighter. It's basically a curved reflector, and it's placed about an arm's length in the front of your subject and slightly below their face. This reflector bounces light that wraps around and creates a nice fill under the eyes, under the chin, and it also creates that signature catch light, which makes the eyes really pop.
Now, let's add that backlight. Again, this adds an accent to the image and finishes the look quite nicely. The butterfly clamshell is a great setup, especially for women, to accentuate the cheekbones and create a stronger jawline.
Well, there you have it, our top 3 go-to headshot lighting setups. There isn't one that's better than the other, and like a hairstyle, different lighting setups complement different face shapes and features. Try experimenting with some and learn what setup works best for you and your clients.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you have a favorite or if you'd like us to show you any specific styles in a future video. We'll probably make it for you.
And as always, guys, like this video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.